Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? So, they just released the new Underlords patch, the big patch, that they've been talking about for a long time now. They'll be, kind of like changing everything about the game. And they really did change a lot, including UI, including gameplay. And I kind of wanted to talk about it because I'm not very happy with it. I don't think it's very good. But before you freak out, I'm mostly unhappy with the UI. And I will explain what I see as the issues, right? So let's go ahead and just kind of start talking about it a little bit here. First, we have this now. We have jail, today's jailbirds. So every day, there are, 8 heroes that are put into jail. And heroes that are in jail, they will not be playable, right? And it's kind of like their system to make it so that every day feels a bit different. So that every day kind of has a different meta. I think it's actually a really neat idea. I think a lot of people seem to think that's a neat idea. It's kind of interesting. It does come with some problems though, right? And I think this is what they will have to end up doing. I think it changes the meta too quickly. They currently have it set as once a day. And this is going to be very quickly become very overwhelming for new players where they just like, oh, I want to build with Tiny because they just remembered all of the, like warriors that they like. And then, oh, wait, shit, there's no Tiny, right? And then also, it's going to become really frustrating for high-level players because, it's just like you feel like you get the game and then all of a sudden you don't get the game anymore, right? And it's going to make it feel very random. I think there's nothing wrong with the system inherently. I just think that putting it at a rotation of once a day is far too frequent. That's something that I feel will be an issue, and I would not be surprised. And honestly, I expect them to change that. I expect this rotation to end up being twice a week or once a week. I personally would probably put it as at once a week. I think once a week is perfectly fine. If every week there's an entirely new Underlords meta and you've got like a little bit of time to figure it out and then you learned it, and now that everybody learned it, you go to the next one, great. That sounds fantastic, but oh well. So another thing you can kind of see here is they gave them like little, why are these heroes in jail? Tiny's overcooking chicken, which is funny. Timbersaw kidnapping chickens. Phantom Assassin, unlicensed shipping of exotic couriers. Viper wearing socks and sandals. So a Necrophos sorting chickens. Man, people do not like chickens around here. So that's kind of like why it's kind of funny, I get. Right, like I get that. However, I do also kind of want to voice like a bit of a personal complaint. This was it for Crystal Main last night. Let me zoom in on it really quick. This not enough public lewdness. You may notice that for none of the other heroes, any of it is in any way sexual, only for the female hero. It's just a little bit sketch, especially since it's a female hero that shows a lot of skin already and is kind of very sexualized, even though she doesn't need to be. And in my opinion, it's just like, do we need that? Like, is that needed? Is that really necessary? Like, come on, guys. Right? Like it just feels like it's not needed, right? Like, so I don't know, but I just felt like bringing it up. Anyway, Then, we've got the Underlords, right? So you can see this right here. Currently, there's only 2 Underlords. Why is there only 2 Underlords? Well, it's because they're experimenting with it, right? They didn't want to invest too much into it. And on that note, the Underlords, as they are right now, their models are bad. Sounds kind of rough, but this is not a good model. This does not look good. Neither is this, although this is a little bit better. It's a bit more acceptable. And I think her design overall is much more interesting than this boy. I think overall the design, the visual design of them is good. It's actually pretty strong. It's just this is a low quality model, and I don't really get why. Like, it seems like not that much effort was put into it. If I were to guess, I would say this is that way because they didn't want to commit too many resources into the Underlord system before testing the Underlord system and see how people like it. Don't worry, I'll explain the Underlord system in a bit. But yeah. So, now, let's go and talk a little bit about UI immediately. Right? So, first of all, a friends list is like, it was already kind of hard to find, but like now it's really just kind of like hidden away, which to me very much encourages not playing with people, not playing with other people, which I'm not a big fan of. Play right now is not even really like a proper button. It's like this kind of, it's just like text, like this is a button, this is a button, this is a button, and this is not a button. When I opened this up yesterday, it took me a little bit to find it. And that's just poor UI design, right? Like, this is the most important button on this menu. Like, none of the other buttons matter. This is the only one that really does actually matter, right? And so why is this the only one that kind of looks like it was slapped into place? Then we go in here, right? And it's kind of a little weird as well, because it doesn't give you super clear indication where to click. And by the way, you might be like, Balmy, I figured out how to click. I found the play button. Well, I'm talking about this from like a design perspective right now, right? Like, if I was talking to my team and we were talking UI, I would not have done it like this. And I'm telling you the reasons why, right? Because I think that there are problems there. Does it work? Yes. Is it the best possible solution? No. That's kind of the thing, right? That's what I'm trying to say here, right? But like, for example, you've got standard here, which you gotta click on ranked and then do it like that. These are like these really big, huge overlay that I'm not a big fan of. What I also don't like, and this is gonna be, again, really petty, but look at this. And I know it was the same with the previous Underlords menu. The previous Underlords menu wasn't very good either. But you go to the bottom left corner of the bottom left corner of the screen, click play, and then to continue going into a match, you first have to move the mouse here. Why? Like, this is bad UI design. Sorry, it just is. Like, it's just not very good. Anyway, so they've got your bot matches, which is kind of cool. They've got a duo mode now, which is kind of cool, right? So this is actually something I think fantastic. I haven't played it myself yet, but I definitely 100% will. Because, well, me and Mickey, we both really like Underlords. So we both usually independently play Underlords, because you can't really, or like, you couldn't really play it together very well. But now you can, and that's kind of neat. Anyway. So what you do when you queue a match, you select an Underlord, and you have to. And you start the game with an Underlord on your board, which you might immediately be able to tell that could lead to problems. Because if you immediately start with a single unit on the board, then doesn't that homogenize the game by having, a specific unit on the board at all times? And yes, it does, right? So we've got Hopgen or NS6. NS6, from what I can tell, is better and much more popular, and she is the better character design. Hopgen is just kind of a wiener, and I kind of like him for that, so we're going to be selecting Hopgen right now. Right? Now, Underlords are, well, they are sketch. We'll get to it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just play around of standard ranked. I just lost, by the way, they reset ranked, and now I'm Lieutenant level 1. I was Big Boss 5. I was like literally 1 win away from Lord of the White Spire. It was like 1 win, that's all I needed. And then they fucking, man. Alright, that's just like, that's not a complaint. That's just me being like, man, I got so close. But anyway, so we're gonna select ranked standard, and you can find again, right? Look at this. Look at how long it takes me to actually get into a match. And look at how far across the screen I have to go. Right, I have to start here. Then it's standard selects casual. Now I go ranked, and I go into standard. And I have to select my Underlord, but I already selected that in the main menu. Now I gotta okay, there's this now. Why is this on here now? Like, this is not very obvious anymore. Why do I give a shit about this anymore? And now my find badges in the bottom right corner. Right, so now my mouse, my player has kind of taken a journey from the bottom left into the center into the bottom right. And again, this may sound like it doesn't matter. But it's the kind of optimizations that I really care about, right? Like, I personally, I'm just picky like that. Like, yeah, I think that kind of small UI really matters. Anyway, then we've got our loading screens here, where it shows everybody, what they have. And now here we are in the UI. This is where really the most problematic thing for me comes in. So first, we gotta select a unit here. Now, there's been a lot of changes here. First of all, you can see that in the top left corner, that's the health and like the players and like who's fighting against who. You will see very soon that it's actually really small and basically impossible to tell. Like it's very hard to see. And to kind of like show you who you are currently viewing, they put an eye like right in the center of the character's face, which is just really, really ugly. And makes it so you can't see the character icon anymore, which is really bad. Also, in the top right corner, that's where you've got your statistics now, right? What do we do here? Magnus. We're probably going to go for the Luna right now. I think Luna makes the most sense. All right. But in the top right corner, that's where you got your statistics now, right? And you got to scroll this, and it only shows like 5 things. Like it's super, super small, right? Now, they also squeezed in the alliances here, which are really, really small again, right? It's kind of difficult to like, at one glance, be able to tell what is everything. Items, again, very small, kind of squished into this corner. And they did that to make space for something, right? They didn't do that, you know, just kind of like fucking around. They did that intentionally to make space for something that they deemed was so important that they needed to take up this entire section of the screen here, which is, I would say, what is this, like maybe a 10th? Let's say a 10th. What are we getting here? Probably the Pudge. Slaughter is in the pool today, right? So like warriors are probably good. Okay. I haven't tried Shadow Demon. Maybe we should try Shadow Demon. I don't know. What are we looking on right now? I'm gonna get the Draw Ranger. Anyway, but like a 10th of the screen is dedicated to our Underlord, which is right here, right? And the thing about that is, in a second you will see that it's actually a 5th of the screen that's dedicated to the Underlord. Big time contract. Well, the other stuff is kind of crap. We'll get the Gloss of Haste. I'm not a big fan of big time contract. Alright, let's see if we can get some more warriors. I think warriors are pretty good. Wind Ranger. This is all not very strong. I guess we can get the Enchantress. I can see that being useful. Alright, maybe even the Warlock. Warlock kind of like has the healer thing as well. Maybe we can like sneak that in. Yeah, we'll see. And I'm also probably gonna go like that and put this here. I probably should have swapped those two around. So you can see that now on the bottom left corner of the screen, we got their Underlord that we're fighting against. And on the bottom right corner, we got my Underlord that we have on our side. And I'm going to go ahead and remove my face really quick so you can kind of like see, right? But like, what do they use all of this screen space for? Well, mostly they just use it to show information that's on the board. And by mostly, I mean 100%. That's all they do. Like it just 100% only shows information that's on the board. Where we see how much like hype, which is the mana that the Underlords have. Like it's just called hype because it works a little bit differently. But how much hype it has, what abilities it's using, all of that stuff is on the board. But for some reason, they placed it in the UI as well. And they didn't just put it in the UI, but they made it take up like so much of it, like such a big space. Right? So that's why everything else is so small, because they had to make space. And there's a Dazzle. Alright, I guess we're going for healers then. And a Tusk, okay. So you are going. I wonder if these healers are actually any good. I haven't never tried healers. All friendly healing is amplified. Probably not worth to go for it right now, not just yet. So anyway. And we'll go like that really quick. So they made everything else really small. And like, look in the top right corner. Try keeping track of like how much damage is really happening, right? Like right now that's still possible, but like imagine if we had more units. You'll see later. Once we have a few more units, it'll become very, very difficult. And that's really like the big problem here, right? It's like they also made some changes to like the board and such, like mostly like to how units on the board look, right? So like they made changes to the general like kind of visual design of units on the board, and that's to me like those changes are also they're creating a lot of visual clutter. It's making it very difficult to like kind of keep track of what's happening there, because all of the tools that were helping you previously, like the damage tracker, like having, you know, like a nice quick easy big visual overview over your items and such, they are not there anymore. they're missing now. And that's a problem. I'm going to get this Chaos Knight and slot him down for now. Chaos Knight is a very good carrier of this right here. Got a lot of value on the bench. Maybe I should sell something, but like for now, I'm gonna go and just roll with it. We should be able to win the next fight. Our team is pretty strong. Right? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of like kill their Underlord, which means that we pretty much immediately win the fight. Now, another thing, okay, so another thing that's a really big problem, and this took me a long time to like really like figure out at first myself. Like in the first game I played of this, I found it so difficult to know how much gold I have and what level my hero is on, right? Because like it's really only down here in the right corner, so you guys actually can't see it right now at all. I should probably move my face around a little bit. All right, wait, give me 1 second. All right, there's you now, which that's pretty good. I guess we could kind of go. No, I don't think this would actually add much in power. I think we're right now stronger than we would be if I put down this. I should probably sell these, but whatever, it's fine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like move my face around a little bit. 1 second. Wait, let me go ahead and go ahead and put these two things into a folder so I can just move the folder around. There we go, that's much easier. Ha ha ha, technology. So anyway. But here's the thing, right? There's just a lot of space being used on things that are not gameplay essential and are instead just... This is very amateurish design. I know that sounds like I'm being very harsh, but it is. Like, this is what amateurs do. They create design where they only put emphasis on what they think is like visually the most impressive. What they don't pay attention to is what is like functionally speaking the most important. Also, this is all gone. We don't need that. All right. And that's really, really what's happening here. There's just this right here. Like, yeah, it kind of looks pretty, and you know, like you kind of have both Underlords here. And I get what you're going for. Like, once everybody has, you know, like once there's 25,000 Underlords in the game, then having like the Underlords kind of like face off against each other. It is visually kind of neat. I don't disagree with that. The problem is that visual neatness comes at the expense of gameplay, and that shouldn't be happening, because what is more important here, right? Especially since this is not even, I don't know. I don't really like the presentation that much. So anyway, it also means that they now needed to kind of like make space, like where do I put gold, where do I put my hero level, where do I put the health, and it's all become really, really, really small, right? Like my hero level is here, right? My gold is here, my life points are here, and like it's all very, very small. Like there's gold here again, there's gold here again, but it is so small. Why is it so small? Right? Like it's just like and that's really, I think, a very, very significant problem. Anyway, so that's kind of like the UI issues I see. And here's the thing, I really want to be absolutely clear about that. I think the UI issues are the biggest problems with the new patch. I think the rest of the new patch I can get on board with. Even though, and this is where we get into it right now, I think a lot of it is going to be like even the gameplay changes that have been made, they will need to be adjusted. So, let's talk about the Underlords, right? Well, actually, let's start talking about the new units first, right? So, actually, no, sorry, because like right now something is coming up with Underlords, but now we get to choose the talent. So, burning down the house, attacking you on fire, fire spread to enemy. When an enemy dies one fire, the mana is distributed across all your units. Supercharged units gain 25% damage reduction. We're gonna go ahead and burn down the house. Okay, so now a Slaughter, so now a Drow Ranger. So we're not going for this, because frankly speaking, we just don't have the, we didn't get him fast enough. If you're going for Tusk, you need him quickly. But yeah, so you kind of like upgrade your Underlord as you go through the game, and you like, you know, they just kind of become increasingly more powerful. But, and here's the important thing, you can't do anything to make them stronger. Right? Like, you can't give them items. And, like, you cannot have synergies with them. Yes, you can level up. Okay, I guess that counts, right? Like, you can level up. That does make them stronger. And you can also, I guess, get synergies that work well. So, for example, I'm going Warriors here. Right, and Warriors will work pretty well. So, by the way, I know that may sound a little bit weird saying I'm going Warriors while I have exactly one Warrior. And, you know, like it seems like I'm not really going Warriors after all right now, but I am going Warriors. I am going Warriors. My plans are coming to fruition. Yeah, let's get you down here. Yeah, it seems good. Okay. But, yeah, so, the Underlords, I don't think this is a good implementation. I do not like it. My biggest problem with them is really that they aren't playing into the strengths of auto chess as a genre. To me, auto chess as a genre is really defined by kind of like, you know, by having to adjust on the fly what you're doing, and kind of having like like a lot of variety in how you can build your stuff, right? And when you do that, a lot of that variety and a lot of kind of like that change, that, you know, that it all comes from synergies. It comes from the fact that you are building synergies. You're trying to put together pieces of a puzzle to work together, right? The problem with the Underlords is that they provide a lot of power to your board while providing no pieces to the puzzle. They contribute nothing to the puzzle. Absolutely nothing. And because they don't contribute anything to the puzzle, frankly speaking, they're just not very interesting. Right? They're just a body you have on the board, and that's it. They just exist on the board. They're just a body. And as a result, it really feels like it's just this one really overpowered unit you start the game with, and that's all they are. Right? So, like, you know, if you look at my damage output, my Underlord is my second highest, probably going to be my highest this round. Right? And this is not unusual. Your Underlord will very, very frequently be your highest damage output. Right? I would say that most of the time he will be your highest damage output. And because of that, right? Also, we got to level up here. Because your Underlord is going to be very frequently your highest damage output, I kind of ask, well, you know, like, it kind of makes me feel like the other units don't matter as much. Right? You know what I mean? And I think that's a problem. I'm not a big fan of that. There's an Axe. Oh, Axe is not a warrior anymore. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's a brute now. That's alright. He can be a brute if he wants to. Yeah. The warrior strat has been nerfed a bit, you know, like, it's just not as many good warriors anymore. Alright? But there's still enough for our purposes. So yeah, so I don't like the Underlords very much at all. I think this is actually a very, very questionable implementation. Despite that, I don't think they should be removed. And I know that sounds a little weird, and I actually think that there's a lot of potential here. Because, this is going to sound a bit weird, I think they actually nailed the Underlords implementation without realizing it. It's Legion Commander. Legion Commander is a new unit they added. What she does is she gets all synergies from all units. Right? She has some synergies she contributes herself, but she's affected by all synergies, no matter what you have. Right? And that makes it so that you can kind of like build her up in certain ways. So I feel like, you can kind of like, make her really like interesting. Now, the thing about that is that as it stands, Legion Commander is garbage. She's not very good. But here's the thing. What you need for Legion Commander is more flexibility, right? Because like she's just a melee unit that just exists with vulnerability. Well, the Underlords, they have their talent system. And I think actually the talent system is a good idea, right? Like kind of adjust what abilities your Underlord has on the fly and kind of like switch it out and switch it in to kind of like create the unit that you want to have. And you can use that with a system like the Legion Commander, having her be affected by all of the kind of alliances, bonuses, to create Underlords that actually feel like, they are a positive part of everything. That was the effect of X-Please, so Siva, and I was supercharged. Let's get this, and we're definitely getting Arc 1 right now. Alright, we'll go ahead and just switch that out. Kind of move that down a little bit. So, then if you give them kind of like different abilities that you can kind of like swap in and out depending on what synergies you have, where you feel like, okay, I'm going warrior right now, so I want something that's like more DPS or healing focused or something like that, right? Or if you say, okay, I'm going hunter right now, so I really want burst damage as much as possible, right? Or big disables, right? Then I feel like these guys would be really, really interesting, and they would always play differently in every game. They would be actually properly encouraging the strengths of the genre, as opposed to what they're doing right now, which is neglecting them. They're just ignoring the strengths of the genre to kind of like just force their way into existence, which I just don't think is the right way to go about it. I guess Helm of the Undying, it's not very good either way, but no, doesn't really matter that much. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to level up very quickly here. So, yeah. Now, that's kind of like my view on the Underlords. By the way, did I complain about this right here already? Okay. Few minor additional well, actually they're not minor, but a few additional UI complaints I didn't voice before. This blur is stupid. Get rid of it. And then also, why is this like neon lights? Like what? I thought we were like a street gang. Right? Chat, what did you think was the setting of Underlords? Like, we're like some street gang out on the streets, like kind of like getting into wars in like a, I don't know, like 1800s style town, like yeah. That kind of thing, right? Like that's what it was. Why is it neon? Which part of it is neon? Which part of that setting is neon? Like, explain that to me. I don't see it. Like, it's so weird. It's such a weird choice to me. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, that's a good one. Yeah, that I really do not get at all. Also, I actually have to buy you. Yeah, I gotta get that one. I don't like the fact that it's neon. Okay. So, this was kind of the negatives. I really like a lot of the new units. I think the jail system with like really a large abundance of units, they just have to refine it a little bit, and I think it will be very, very good. Right? And I think a lot of the new units they implemented are super cool. Like really, really interesting. I played a game with Weaver recently, or like yesterday, I guess. Right? And my Weaver was like a 3-star Weaver, and we're like scooting around the place and really felt like Weaver. And I was like, oh, that's cool, I like it. Right, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. Alright, come on, dude. You can do it. Nah, you can't. But yeah. And then, like, yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff here. Don't really need any of that. Now, there was a really, really, really sneaky, very, very significant change in this game, in this patch. People aren't really talking about it. But the biggest change, gameplay-wise, wasn't actually the Underlords or all of the new units. None of that matters as much as this thing that was just like a side note Right? Like, it was just like a little, like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, it's just like a little minor thing. It's not a big deal. HP? No, not twice the HP. That doesn't matter at all. Like, that's honestly not a big deal at all. No, it's leveling up. It is, so the way you level up now is whenever you click this button, you get 5 experience. Alright? But you still naturally only get 1. Meaning, previously, a very big part of the Underlords meta was actually just kind of waiting for the level ups to happen naturally. And that's just not really an option anymore. You can't really do that anymore. Oh, I guess we'll put down this patch. Right? Like, that just doesn't happen. Because you can't just, like, if you just wait for the level ups to happen naturally, they don't. They take so long to happen naturally. And that's really a very, 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 very significant change that matters a ton. Right? And so that's something that they didn't really include. And this is actually going to be like the biggest change to the Underlords meta. Just kind of like figuring out when to level up. Because there was kind of very strict rules to it. Very, very strict rules to the leveling up. And all of those rules don't matter anymore. Because now... oh, damn, you go nuts. Why are you attacking that quick? Oh, because you were buffed by the boy there, right? Yeah. Because you were buffed by the boy. Alright. And, friendly fire. Well, we only get that. Alright, I'm not a big fan of, like, needing to unlock everything, but, like, it doesn't bother me that much. Alright, so we've got Dazzle. This may look a little weird, but this serves a very, very specific purpose. This right here, like, I just have these two and I only put them in like that, and that's all I do. I have zero intention of ever actually using them. Yeah, I know. Bear with me. It is not me just being stupid. It's to praise the gods and hopefully summon ourselves a troll warlord. That's what we're looking for. Oh man. Alright, put these boys on the board. Alright, and now we're gonna be looking for some of the units that we actually want. So, definitely Maelstrom. We're gonna get rid of you. And, alright, let's see what we get. Alright. So task is not terrible. I'm gonna chill for now. Yeah. I'm just gonna continue chilling for now. I mean, I could try and roll for things, but I still have a comfortable amount of HP. Although, again, it's so difficult to keep track of. Like, I've played a lot of Underlords. Like, I've played, what? Over 200 hours, right? And I'm having a hard time really keeping track of what kind of, like, HP I've got and such. And that's really irritating to me. I feel like I should be... you know, I feel like I should be able to keep track of that a bit better. And it kind of like, this is always the thing that happens, and I find it very irritating, is people blame themselves, right? Like, you know, people are like, haha, you are stupid. I can keep track of it perfectly. Or they're like, damn it, I'm stupid. Why can't I keep track of it? Right? That's the difference between good and bad UI design, though. Right? Like, good UI design, you can keep track of easily. Bad UI design, you can't. Okay, there's a Tidehunter, which is good. I don't think we want that. We do want the Tidehunter in there, though. So we are really only looking for Troll and Kunkka. Yeah, that's pretty good. And do we actually keep the Dazzle around, I guess? Necro's banned today, so we need to kind of find an alternate style. We could go for 4 Trolls, I guess. Alright, let's just kind of pick up the Dazzle for now. Alright. Anyway, we're kind of getting fucked up by the Mask of Madness slaughter. That's alright, not a big deal. Mask of Madness slaughter might end up being an issue. You know, I might just get Doom anyway. Right? Even though Doom isn't really... Not finding the other warrior I'm looking for. Alright, but level 2 Doom is kind of good. Oh, don't kill that guy. Kill the other ones. Stupid Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker's a wiener. Alright, we only got 33 HP. See how difficult it is to keep track of that? Yeah, we're actually kind of losing here. Alright, Underlord, do a thing. It's just kind of getting fucked up. I need my Kunkka. Oh, there he is. Alright, so we definitely put you in. Kind of get rid of you. Okay. This should go a lot better now. This is a very strong board actually. Like this should be quite capable of winning most fights. Against assassins can be a bit tricky, but this is actually letting us just kill the Underlord right now. You see how cluttered this is up here? There's just so much happening there. And you know, this right here, like I didn't equip an item. You know, this is something that just, it shouldn't be happening. Because like, I'm not bad at Underlords. I played a lot of Underlords. And again, people are gonna like want to blame each other. Or, you know, it's just like how it goes. You know, everybody's gonna be like, ha, you just suck. No, the UI is bad. That's the definition of bad UI. If it's not user-friendly, if the user struggles to use it, it's not the user's fault. We're gonna get this for sure. There's our troll. So we definitely get rid of Tusk. Put down you. And yeah, we don't need this anymore. I mean, honestly, I think this is our lineup. I think this is what we stick with. Got the Dazzle here, kind of chilling. Hey, I mean, like, it seems pretty good. It seems pretty helpful. Since we don't have... Since we don't have the, what's it called? Necrophos available to us. I think this is probably the best kind of lineup we can do. Why is the Underlord portrait so huge compared to the rest? I don't know, man. Like, that's the problem, right? That's the problem. I don't think any of this is unfixable. I think it's very fixable. And I know, this was very negative, and people will give me shit for that. Like, it is all very fixable. I just wish it didn't need to be fixed. Because, like, I feel like a lot of this is very, like, baby's first UI. You know what I mean? It's just, this shouldn't happen. This really shouldn't happen. Probably get the Battle Fury. No, let's go with Scotty. It's not, Troll's not the best carrier for that. No. Alright, I'm just looking to upgrade my... Yeah, just looking to upgrade my Arc Warden. That would be pretty good. Can a Fireboy equip items? Nope. You can't do anything with the Underlords. Like, they just exist. That's it. Alright. Anyway. You go ahead and shoot on in there. And you see, this is what I meant with, like, how the Underlord is actually doing the most damage. Like, isn't that kind of, like, doesn't that kind of defeat the point of the whole genre? I don't know. Feels like it to me. Alright, drop an ultimate. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. You know, that's actually kind of cool. It's just... Yeah. And we got him. Nice. I mean, we are pretty powerful. Like, this is honestly a pretty standard warrior strat pre-patch. Oh, there's another troll. Oh yeah, alright, cool. Let's get him done. Alright. Oh yeah, I mean, like, 100% of the time we get that. If we get a tier 2 troll going on, it will be massive. That will be massive. 11,000 HP and 3-star punch. Oh god. 3 more jugs for 3-star. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Juggernaut is not even that good a 3-star. Like, it's just not that important. Should actually probably move the item away from him. Oh, there's some assassins here. Sucks a bit. Alright. Oh. Chrono Cube. I love the Chrono Cube. I really do appreciate a lot of the new units. I think they're super cool. Like, Chrono Cube is so funny. That is actually so funny. Alright. Got this one too. Yeah. I mean, that should be a pretty easy kill here. Hello, what's up? I'm still in the game. I'll let you know when I'm done. Alright. Okay. So, we are almost certain, I think, to make it to the next... actually, no. We're only preparing for round 28 right now, right? Yeah. Alright. But, to the next, kind of like... What's it called? Creeps? Yeah. Would like to get there. Alright. Arc Warden. Oh, this is actually going to be a good matchup for Arc Warden. Yeah, Arc Warden does super well if you have a bunch of warriors on your side. Oh, look at that fat ass punch, though. Big boy. Oh, did you actually hook my proper Arc Warden? That's annoying. But he just kind of like does a ton of damage with the lightnings. Even though a 1-star Arc Warden, it's just like it adds up so quickly. But yeah. And we won? Yeah. Wow, that guy has 95 HP. With that crappy of a lineup? How? What? But look at the damage output again. It's just all Hopgun. Right? And like, you might think that's okay. It might not bother you. It kind of bothers me though. Right? And if you have no problem with that, I get it. Like, honestly, I do get it. Right? But like, to me, it's just really, that kind of goes against what Underlords is kind of is in my heart, you know? Like, what's the gap in Hopkins' damage output? I don't know. I assume it's probably just to kind of like show ability damage better. Doesn't really make much sense. Anyway. So, is this the Assassin's guy? Yeah, this is the Assassin's guy. Alright, cool. Yeah. This guy's a lot weaker. Oh god, you're getting annihilated, dude. 3-star nukes though, that's kind of cute. Yeah. I wonder if this is still the best strat. I mean, like, honestly, they didn't really, like, nerf anything or fix anything. Like, there wasn't really much balance in this patch. Which is fine, by the way. Like, absolutely, I'm happy they didn't do it. Enemies hit our stun for 1 second, pushed away. No, we want the melting armor. Like, absolutely. Because, like, you know, like with our lineup, we just want to accelerate the damage. Okay, but what was I saying? Yeah, they didn't really balance anything in this patch, but I think that's totally fine. Because if they like balance anything here, it might just, you know, like how the hell do you balance anything if you're releasing this big of a patch with this much new stuff, you know? There's just no way. Like what you do is you release the patch, then you balance it later. You don't need to balance it right now. It should be a pretty easy win, yeah. I think we lost 1 unit. Look at the damage output. Isn't it kind of like annoying? Look at this. I just don't understand why we're giving up all of this space. Alright. Round 30. Moonshard. I guess, yeah. Kind of want to give this to the Doom, actually. You know. Alright. Really hoping for a troll right now. This is not the right play. Yeah, no. What I should have done, I should have kept saving up and went for the what's it called? Shit, I forgot. Level 10, there we go. Yeah. This is the guy who has a ton of HP. So, by the way, this is why we position Arkwarden that way, because when Patch hooks Arkwarden, he's gonna hook the one on the left. Normally. Not always, but usually. And then the one on the right, which is the real one, summons a new one. Normally. This time he took his time, but hey, Ramke! Thank you! Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better. Thank you very much. Oh, they killed my Underlord. It's kind of rude. Man, this is a long fight. Look at Troll kind of going nuts. Oh, are we losing this? Oh, we are. Damn. I also don't like that they no longer like tick down the damage. That was a good feature. Don't get rid of that. That makes it very clear for people why you're taking as much damage as you are. Right now, you just made it a lot more confusing again. Like, lots of people won't understand. I think we actually give the Moonshot to the Troll. Troll just lived a really long time. Alright, we'll give that to you. Give that to... Actually, I should probably put that here and put this back on the Doom. There we go, that looks better. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Okay. Alright. There's the jump. Why did my units just position themselves the way they did? That's kind of a little surprising. Alright. Alright. Blow him up, dude. God. Look at how much damage that does. Like, my other units just don't really matter. I probably shouldn't have any damage dealers. Because, like, he just does so much more damage than anything else. Alright. I don't think we're gonna win. Me rolling for... for the 2-star troll is not very clever. But, oh well. What do you think of Teamfight Tactics, releasing different sets of champions? I think that's fantastic. I really like that solution. I think that's the better solution than the jail. Right? think the jail is worse than that. Because there's nothing wrong with a stale meta. This is to me like, honestly, this to me sounds like developers like listening to Reddit, right? Because let me tell you a secret, right? Stale meta, that only really matters if it's like really fucking long that it's been the same. Like I don't know, like half a year. Because like most people won't notice. To most people, you release a patch with like new heroes every 3 months. That's already a lot. Oh god, there's a lot happening there. So you don't need a new meta every day. That to me is appealing to the Reddit demographic of, hey, I know everything. Which is pretty much just a Reddit demographic. Team Fortress Tactics, cool game, get Valve on it. Absolutely, that sounds fantastic. We're never gonna get that troll, man. We're never gonna get him. I'm kind of rolling a bit unlucky on them ace units. That's alright. Well, sometimes that's how it goes. This guy has a lot of 3 stars. Alright. I wish I could put my moonshot on Hopkin. You know, the boy would do very well with it, I think. And there's our ultimate. Nope, he's doing some hour bullshit first. No, if he had just used the ultimate right away, that would have worked better. You'll get second place. Maybe? I don't know. No, I think I'll probably get third. The bombs add a permanent damage over time effect that deals 5% of the unit's current health. Well, that's kind of neat. I think if I get a troll, if I get my troll warlord, I think I can win. And if I don't get him, I think I get third. I feel like that's what's gonna happen here. I wish I could put this moonshot on him. And that boy with the moonshot would go nuts. But again, you can't really interact with them. They're just kind of there. Right? Why not let us put a unit, like, why not let us put an item on him? Like, that I actually just genuinely don't really get. It's like, just, why not? Like, I get that, you know, like, certain heroes are gonna be stronger with certain items. But, like, isn't that how all units work? What's wrong with that? Like, it just seems to me like, it's not how the game works. Oh, crap. This is not good. He has the tombstone? Damn, that's... That's some garbage. Alright. Yeah, it's probably it. We're probably dead. We're probably just toasty toast. The toastiest of toasts. I mean, that's alright. We can be toast if we want to be, right? Nothing can stop us from being toast. Could have had a 3-star arc by now. No, that's not how it works. I find that kind of logic always very, very irritating. Because people are like, haha, look, I'm so smart. And I counted how many arcs showed up. Yeah, but did you ever consider that those might have all been the same one? Right? Like, it doesn't work. Like, I wouldn't have gotten those arc wardens if I had picked them. Right? Like, it very well could just be the same ones showing up over and over and over again. Alright, well, we're still alive. Well, I guess we're second. I mean, there's still a chance for that troll. Again, I think if we get the troll... Nah, it's just not showing up. What can you do? It's just not showing up. Alright. A plus 15% sounds fake. Well, I only got like a... Where do you even show that these days? There it is. I only got a 3% chance for an ace unit, which isn't that low. Like, they should show up occasionally. Right? But, like, I only got a 3%. And then when an ace unit shows up, it's 15% more likely to be a troll. But the thing is, I just haven't been getting ace units. Like, it's not that... You know, I've been getting ace units and they aren't troll. I mean, I guess I got one of them. But, like, mostly, I've just not been getting any ace units. Which is the bigger problem. Very, very poor Underlord positioning from that guy. No, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Alright, that's that. Hey, I'll settle for a second. My goal when playing is always top 4. It's never to win. Alright. Yeah. Again, if we had gotten the troll, I think we could have done it. But like level 2 troll is just so much stronger than level 1 troll. Alright. I think that end screen is also just so much worse. Like, it's just... This is... Oh god, this just reminds me of like a... You know, garbage free-to-play mobile game. Like, that's what that looks like. Alright, sorry. I know. Very complainy. Very complainy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.